So welcome, welcome, welcome to this live talk today, Why the Universe Wants You to Be Wealthy and 5 Steps to Abundance Activation. It's really, really, really exciting that you're here. I'm so excited. I'm bursting with lots of energy. And the universe is very excited you're here too. All my guides and angels and beings that work with me are bursting with excitement as well, because it's all about having fun and all about you enjoying your life and stepping more into the greatness that you are. And we're going to be talking a lot about that today. So what would be great if you don't already have it would be pen and paper. We're not going to do a lot of writing, but you might want to write down some of the things that I share with you. So if you don't have it already, get a pen and paper just so you can write a few notes down. That would be really useful. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. And what I would like to invite you to is to stay fully present with this call. It's very easy because I know I've participated in lots of webinars as well, like clicking through the internet and all sorts of stuff at the same time. So I know that's very, very tempting. But really, what happens when we all get together and with me is that lots of things begin to move energetically. So this call will be moving things energetically with your financial reality. And the more present you can be, here, the more that you will get out of the call. And what I really want for you from the call is, a money breakthrough, and you to have more awareness about your relationship with money and what needs your attention to shift and change it. So your presence and attention will really help with that. And I'd love you to stay to the end of the call because I've got a lovely offer for you. And we're going to be talking for about 90 minutes. And there will be an opportunity to ask me questions at the very end. So you can post your questions in the chat box. I won't be answering questions until the very end. And hopefully with my time management, we'll be all good for that. So I have a lot of information to share with you. I get really excited and I talk quite quickly. So I apologize if it's too fast. I just want to make sure that I get all of this content in for you. And I like I said, I'll be able to answer your questions at the end. So you can type them in as we go along. Lovely. So are you ready to activate your abundance? Are you ready? Are you ready? I hope so. So I am going to share my screen with you. This is all new technology for me, so I'm very excited. Alrighty. So you should be able to see my screen saying why the universe wants you to be wealthy, 5 steps to abundance activation. Can you just let me know in the chat box so you can see it? Say yes, I can see it. Please, just so I make sure we're all on the same page. Ella says no. Deborah says yes. Okay. Have a little click around because sometimes the screen shows up behind another screen that might be up. So see if it's hiding behind somewhere. Alrighty, ready. Lovely. Sorry, I just got a few messages here. Alrighty. Okay. Beautiful. Welcome to Why the Universe Wants You to Be Wealthy, 5 Steps to Abundance Activation. And my name is Laura Walvin, and I will be talking you through all this awesome information this evening. So what I want to find out first is, where are you at with money? Where are you at with your financial reality? So are you in the place right now where you have a great relationship with money, where money's flowing in, you have all the money you need? Are you in a situation where you don't have enough money? There's not enough money. Or do you have money, but the money that you have to work really hard for? Where are you at? And I'd love you to put in the chat box if you could just put A, B, or C, or if there's something else, other, I suppose. Let's see where we're all at in this group today. Okay. All right. So, my name is Laura Waldman. I am now known as the Abundance Activator. I've been a healer and a freedom coach since 2013, and I'm the author of the upcoming book, Abundance Activation, Financial Freedom for Light Leaders, and I can't wait to share that book with you very soon. So I have been on this path of spirituality, self-development for 20 years now. It's been a long, fun road. And I am deeply, deeply passionate about helping people I like to call light leaders or light workers, heart-centered beings who are here to make a difference on this planet, to get unstuck, to get out of their own way so they can really be the gift they've come here to be and enjoy life, because life is supposed to be joyful and enjoyed. And so I'm massively passionate about unsticking you and setting you free. And recently I got the message from the universe to start helping light leaders with money, with their relationship with money. And I was sort of surprised at first, but the more I've explored it, I 100% understand now why. And I can't wait to share like the juicy information about what starts to happen when we look at money. And this was something that I really struggled with. Money was. In fact, I struggled with many things. And I have a whole long history of what got me to this place as becoming a healer. But what I'd like to focus on with you this evening is more about where I was at with money and how we got to this point now. So if you want to find out more about what got me into healing, there's more information about that on my homepage, laurawaldman.com. So basically, I started practicing as a healer in 2003. I got this beautiful, beautiful message that I was a healer. I had no idea what a healer was, and I thought I was going to be this actress, and life had a completely different plan for me. But basically, all fell into place incredibly quickly. So I stumbled across this course. I went on this healing course, and I just knew that this is what I was supposed to do. Very quickly, I was had a practice. It all flew to me. It came to me quite effortlessly, and I was loving helping people as healing myself at the same time. And really, where I was at then was that I actually didn't even think about money. Money wasn't even a thought in my reality. Things kind of came together. I didn't have a huge amount of money. I was working kind of minimum wage in a health food shop. I had my part-time practice, but everything was sort of fine. I didn't really want for much. At this point, I was really like, it's all about helping others. It's all about soul connection. It's all about this healing light I was connecting to. And that seemed to be the most important thing. And I started playing with manifestation. There's a few things I wanted to do, and I magically manifested the money for that, like going to India to do this thing called Panchakarma. I went on this Ayurvedic detox retreat. And that was really the first moment I remember manifesting money, because I held the intention I wanted to go, and I had no way of getting money together. And it just came together. I think my boss spontaneously gave me this bonus, and a few other things came into place, and I literally manifested the exact amount of money that I needed for this course. So that was really the first time I focused on manifestation and had this amazing experience of actually doing it. And I thought, wow, this stuff really works. But in general, I wasn't focused on money at all. And basically, I became pregnant with my first child, and was super happy about that. I stopped working. I was very, very happy to be at home full time with my baby. But the truth is, I didn't really have a choice, because we couldn't afford childcare. So I was at home full time with her, but it's exactly what I wanted to do. And it was lovely, and I was really blissed out. But as time went on and the maternity allowance stopped, and we were now 3 of us living on one income, things started to become tighter financially. It wasn't a huge problem. We were trying to figure stuff out, but we were getting into more and more debt because we were overspending. And so that started to feel a bit uncomfortable. We ended up having to get a lodger, which is fine, a little bit stressful as well. Then I got pregnant again. And that feeling of, tightening the belt got kind of worse and worse. At this point, I was starting to feel quite frustrated and stuck in my reality. I've always had this really strong connection to my purpose, and since I was 18, I've been connected to it. And I knew I was supposed to do stuff in the world. And I just remember being at home with these 2 babies, exhausted, the house was a mess, and like hanging these tiny little these little clothes, thinking like, really, is this my purpose? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And thinking, God, there's got to be more to this. And I remember my guidance saying to me, just be patient, Laura, just be patient. But I got to the place where I thought, this isn't really doing it for me. So I remember sitting in meditation and asking questions about, I remember thinking, well, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want is I wasn't asking for much. I remember thinking, I want to be able to eat organic food. I want to be able to go out for dinner now and then. I want to be able to go on really nice holidays. I want to be able to have childcare and support with my kids if I want. I want to live in a really beautiful area with space. And I thought, surely it's okay to ask for this. This is pretty basic stuff. And then I realized that actually to get the things that I wanted, those basic things, I needed money. So I started hitting up against parts of myself that I didn't really know existed, which were these thoughts and beliefs that I had around money. And it was really, really fascinating. So one of them was, if you're really, truly spiritual, you wouldn't want money. You wouldn't even think about money. You wouldn't ask for money. If you're truly spiritual and really on your path, you would basically do your work for free. So that was one of my limiting thoughts and beliefs. I've had lots. That's just one that started coming up. So what I decided to do was to sit in meditation and ask for guidance about what the heck is going on with money on this planet. So I'm fortunate to have this really lovely communication with the universe, my higher self, and I channel through all sorts of information. And I started to receive some really fascinating, amazing information about money, about the truth about money. And it really, really surprised me. And this took me on a journey through looking at my own relationship with money, which took me on this incredible journey and into myself, first and foremost, which I'm going to talk you through now. So I want to talk about your money pain. So where are you feeling stuck or frustrated or limited? Is it that you're in a place where there's just simply not enough money? Are you feeling stuck and limited financially? Or do you have to work in a job that's not your soul's calling? It's sort of working for money. Maybe it's all right, but it's not really what you want to be doing or meant to be doing. Have you reached a cap on how much you can earn and can't really see a way beyond that? Are you working too much? Are you working hard for money? So what's really interesting when we start looking at our money pain, what is really going on is something deeper. So the real money problem, when we start to unravel it and dive deeper within, are some of these themes. And they're not all for you necessarily, but there may be some there. One is lack of self-worth. This is massive. Not valuing yourself, not believing in yourself, holding yourself back because others suffer, refusing to receive, pushing money away and all of the good stuff, family and societal programming around money and what money is. So these are the main themes, the main real money problems that I've seen going on beneath the surface. And, for me, the self-worth one was massive, and I didn't even know it was running for me. So the solution is money manifestation without working hard. Yes, it is possible. Manifesting money the feminine way and co-creating your life with the universe. And I'm going to talk to you more about all of that. So what we're going to talk about today is why the universe wants you to be wealthy, the truth about money, how money is connected to your purpose, how money is connected to the 5 steps to abundance activation, money manifestation, money blocks, money mindset, and a bit on money and self-worth. So, a message from the universe. So I'm going to give you as much information I can on the information that I received about money. Now, when I was in meditation asking questions about what is money, what's going on with money on this planet, what's going on with me and money, tell me, show me, guide me. I saw something not dissimilar to the image that you see on the screen. It was this beautiful being, and it was looking down at me, smiling, and is really giving me this incredibly loving look. Oh, Laura. And I was asked by this being, how much are you willing to receive? And I felt confused by the question. And basically, this beautiful being told me that and showed me that there is a limitless supply of money available on an energetic level. That money is simply energy. It's simply energy. It's not good or bad. It's not right or wrong. It's just energy. It's universal energy. It's life force energy. It's creative energy. And all it wants to do is come in through the vehicle of you and play and expand and create and explore and experience life. So this beautiful being, looking at me, smiling lovingly, said, how much are you willing to receive? And I was thinking, well, how much is there for me to receive? And I was told that there's an infinite supply. There's just how much I'm willing to receive. I limit how much will come in. And my poor little brain found that quite hard to manage. So for me, it was like millions, millions can come in. I'm like, oh my God. And what I got really was that this energy of money is the energy of love. It's the energy of consciousness. And what's really awesome that I started to experience was that when we start playing with money manifestation, when you start looking at welcoming more money into your life, something really powerful happens that really took me by surprise. I was not expecting this at all. So I started, let's just manifest some money, see what happens. That sounds good. I'll receive some money. Okay, the universe loves me and the universe says there's an infinite supply. So okay, I'll open up to receive that. And little did I know that as I started on that journey, something much, much deeper began to happen. And this is what I have found through coaching many people through their money stuff, is that within about a minute or 2 minutes, we're not even talking about money anymore. We're talking about money, something much, much deeper. Now, the thing is financial abundance, financial flow is actually your true nature. So if there are blocks in your life around money, if you are experiencing financial lack or financial limitation, energetically there is a block there. Because your true state, your true being is that of abundance, is that of receiving this infinite supply of energy from the universe, from your higher self, and to bring that through your body. So what we need to do is look at these blocks and barriers that are stopping and blocking this financial flow coming in. So why would we be doing that? Why would we be blocking that? What happens is, which is, again, I think it's quite fascinating, but these blocks and barriers are actually designed to keep you hidden, to keep parts of you hidden. What parts of you are you hiding? Well, with this, you are hiding your true self, your authentic self, your full gifts, your full light. And in that, your purpose. Why do we do that? Why would you hide your true light? Why would you hide your purpose? Well, it's incredibly powerful. It's incredibly powerful. And we've learned from a very young age, probably lifetimes old, that it's not really safe to fully be here, to fully show up, to fully activate your gifts. And also we haven't had that many kind of role models or examples of how to do that. So unconsciously, from probably a very young age, you learn to hide those parts of you with these blocks and barriers. And they were, handed down from your family. Thank you very much as well. So what happens when we start to look at, if you start to look at, your financial flows and you want to start welcoming greater money into your life, what we start coming up against are these blocks and barriers. So as you begin to remove and clear these blocks and barriers, what happens? Well, you start to expose, connect to more of the truth of who you are. You start to connect more deeply to your essence, to your truth, and your purpose. So what's so awesome is that by practicing this money manifestation, by activating your abundance and welcoming greater wealth into your life, you are actually connecting more deeply to you, to your relationship with you, to your relationship to your purpose, and to your connection to the universe. So very quickly, it kind of has nothing to do with money, but through the vehicle of money, you can connect more powerfully to yourself and why you're here. So to me, this is really, really exciting. And if you've had any issues around welcoming more money into your life, I just want you to know that it's so essential in a way that you do in order to connect more deeply to why you're here. Now, you absolutely don't have to, and there's ways to connect to your being without money as well, but through the vehicle of money, you can dive super deep into this stuff. And it's awesome. And this is why the universe wants you to be wealthy, because the universe wants you to show up more deeply in who you are, express your essence here. And the planet definitely does. The planet absolutely needs you to. So it's kind of essential that you do this now. So I think this is pretty exciting myself. So I want to find out, what is financial freedom for you? What does financial freedom mean to you? And we can start with a particular amount of money. What amount of money would give you that feeling of financial freedom? What would that be for you? And I'd like you to write that down. And the first number that pops into your head. And often, just so you know, it's bigger than you might imagine. So just write down whatever pops into your head. It's absolutely okay. We're just playing here. We're just playing. And I want to know, what would be the impact of this amount of money? Like, why is this important? So I think I just lost connection for one moment there. So I'm just making sure we're all back on track. Hello, hello. So I'm just going to repeat that just in case something was lost. What amount of money would give you financial freedom? And just go with the number that pops into your head. What would be the impact of this amount of money? What would this do for you? Why is it important? And why it's important is the most important thing. Because we're generally not motivated by money itself. We're motivated by what money can bring you. And what you can do is you can have a first step, a first goal, a first intention, and then your wow goal. So your first step would be like the first point you could get to in your finances that make you feel, great, awesome, this is working. And then your wow goal would be your big, oh my God, I can't believe it, dreams do come true goal. And that can sometimes help our mind, because sometimes the big wow goal is a bit too big for our mind to be able to really grasp. So just to have it and write that down. I'd like you to write the numbers down. Just a little check and see if everyone's all right here. Can you do that? So I'm hearing that I keep cutting out. I am sorry about that. Oh, you know what? I might try and move location. Maybe it's where I'm sitting. So just hold on, because the connection isn't brilliant. So I'm hearing. I'm just going to move rooms. Come travel with me to the other side of my house. So my intention for you guys and for us all on this call is that we really start to move some of these blocks and barriers. That together we transform and shift some awesome energy this evening. So just really open up to that as a possibility. Stay really present if you can. Okay, so I hope you can hear me better on this side of the house. Let's see if that improves things. Okay, so it sounds like it's better. Much better. Oh, good. Yay! I'm so glad. Sorry that I was cutting out before. So hopefully you have your wow goal and your first step. That would be awesome financial goal written down. All right, so we're going to look at the 5 steps to abundance activation. So manifesting money in alignment with your authentic self. Now, these are the 5 steps to manifesting money. And they're very, very simple. They're not difficult. The only thing you have to do is use them. And I'll tell you about where some of the sticking points are and what can be challenging. But this is basically it in a nutshell. And I'll give you as much of this as quickly as I can. So the first step, step 1, is relax. How do you like the sound of making more money while doing less? Now, this really is the way of what I call the divine feminine, the feminine way of making money, which is about drawing life towards you rather than going out and working really hard. And it's counterintuitive. It feels like, surely that can't work, but it does, I promise you. And this really is about you taking time and space out for yourself each and every day to do nothing. Nothing, I tell you. And this isn't about, doing nothing while sitting watching TV and, drinking wine. This is about becoming very present and centered with yourself. Still. And some of you, I know, already have a practice where you do this, and some of you might have huge resistance to doing this. And I just want to kind of explain the importance of it. That this is where you get to tap into you. This is where you get to tap into your connection to the universe and be practicing opening up to receive, which we'll talk about in another step. But the first thing you need to do is really just carve out this time and space for you. And this is a chance for your mind to declutter, for a lot of the noise and distractions to melt away so you can connect deeply, so you can become a great listener. And we're going to talk about why that is so important to come. We want you to get out of your own way, essentially, because the universe wants to gift you everything that you're asking for, and yet we get in our own way. You get in your own way, and this is the first step to getting out of your way and making more money or manifesting more money into your life. So, like I say, I seem to learn things the hard way. I learned this the hard way. So basically, I was a very, very busy person. I used to exercise like a maniac, like 5 days a week. I was going, working, like studying. I was sort of, on some crazy doing machine. And basically what happened was I started to get ill. And particularly every time I exercised, I'd get ill. So I'd, then rest, get better, go and exercise again. And then within like one time exercising, I'd get ill again. And this went on and on for a while. And eventually I got the message that I needed to stop. And the only thing my body would let me do without getting ill was really gentle yoga and maybe gentle swimming. And I was so frustrated because I had all this emotion, agitation within me. I think I just started meditating around this time. And yeah, the only way I knew how to feel good was to exercise, actually. That was my only kind of escape from all my pain. So stopping was really, really painful for me. And I absolutely, I hated meditating. I used to squirm and in my chair. But eventually, I started to get the message. And this is when I started getting real beautiful messages from the universe that that I was a healer and all this stuff. But I had to stop to get the message, because when we're going, busy, doing, it's really hard for the universe to gift us. It's like they're kind of knocking, maybe slightly quietly sometimes, at your door or tapping on the shoulder. And if you're super busy, you might not hear the door knock. You might not feel that tap on your shoulder. So we need to slow it right down so you can tap in and listen. I love this photo too, because she looks exactly like my grandmother, and my grandmother was queen of denial and didn't want to hear anything. So it's really, really accurate. So the steps to relax is to take time every day to stop and be with yourself, ideally for 20 minutes a day. I like 20 minutes because it seems to sometimes take that long to really slow down the mind and process everything that's been going on. Sometimes it takes even longer, but I say 5 minutes is better than no minutes. 2 minutes is better than no minutes. So if you don't have 20 minutes, it's much better to stop for a little bit than none at all. And put this time in your diary. You want to make really healthy habits. And I usually recommend doing this in the morning, because once the day goes, it's much harder to stop if it's a new habit for you. And it's easier to wake up an extra 20 minutes early than it is sometimes to fit it in at other points in the day. So if this is a new habit you're creating, I really recommend putting the time in the diary and committing to this. So what you can do is you can meditate. I've got a free meditation course on my website, laurawaldman.com, if you want help learning how to meditate. Or you can simply lie down on your back. You can call this Shavasana or corpse pose at the end of a yoga class. The only thing I recommend is setting an alarm in case you fall asleep, if you're likely to drift off. But I'll do this, I meditate every morning, and then I'll do this lying down at some point, usually in the afternoon. And I lie there until I feel my whole body relax and let go, and my mind just, slow down or stop, and I really just drop in. And it feels so good, and you just let it all go. And now I can't really not meditate. It's just part of what I do. I absolutely make it my number one priority, because I know what a huge and amazing impact it has. So even if I have the craziest day, I always stop, because that's the most important part of my day, because it's the reset. And the mind goes off on all sorts of tangents that are really unhelpful. So you really want to come and reset the mind and reconnect, so you know where you're moving forward. So, excuse me. So it's really worth doing this and taking the time to transform your financial reality. So if you knew that 20 minutes a day was going to transform your financial reality, would you do it? I think you would. Yes. So I'm just having a little check-in to make sure. Someone's asked me to say the wow step again. It's just basically your big wow goal, like your dream. Oh my God, if you're making that amount of money each month or each year, what would that be? What would make you go, wow, this is amazing? Your wow goal. So the next step 2, is release. So what limiting thoughts and beliefs do you have when it comes to money? What limiting thoughts and beliefs do you have when it comes to money? And I'd like you to share those, please, if you can, in the chat box. It'd be really interesting to hear what that is for you. We all have different ones, and often there's a combination of a whole bunch of them. And this is really, I think, the most important step. This is the step of you getting out of your own way. And this, from my point of view, is where most of the quote unquote work lies. This is the stuff you need to shift, because this is really the stuff that's blocking you. It's really is that simple. So I'm going to see if there's anyone sharing yet. I don't deserve it. I'm not good enough to be worth that amount of money. I'm not worth it to earn a lot of money. I can't believe I can earn enough to be fully independent and can live a good life myself. Yeah, super deep. And it always makes me so sad when I hear that. But this is really, really normal. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of interesting programs. There's I have to work hard for money. I'm not good enough. I'm a bad person. money's dirty or bad. If I got this little nun here for if you're truly spiritual and truly here to help people, you wouldn't even charge anything, or, you wouldn't need money. You wouldn't talk about money. And there's so much here, and we can just really touch on it today. But one of the things that comes up is, especially if you believe in past lives, which I have a lot of experience with that, is something called a vow of poverty, where you can actually take a vow of poverty in other lifetimes that stop you from welcoming money in this lifetime. And it's super fascinating. So a lot of people have the work hard for money, and this is amazing. I was talking to a woman last week about this, and she was literally being like, money was being thrown at her. She was being offered, about 40 grand to buy a house and 5 grand for furniture. And she was finding it really hard to receive this money. It wasn't feeling right. So we started exploring it. And what came up was, well, I don't deserve it. And I have to work hard for money. So to just receive money didn't feel right to her at all. Just to have it for nothing, I didn't work for that. Well, I can't receive that. And this is, I was just giggling away. I'm like, you're having all this money being thrown at you that you're kind of pushing away. But this is exactly what we do. And we all have our own unique version of how we do this. But it's fascinating. I mean, I definitely had, I'm a bad person. I'm not, not good enough. I used to feel like there was something sort of wrong about me. That was sort of the bad person thing. That was just pushing all of it away, or keeping all of it away. It was sinful. So really releasing this stuff is, I think, where most of your time and energy needs to go. And it's not difficult to clear it. It just requires your focus and attention. So what you need to do is identify your limiting emotions, thoughts, and beliefs and programming about money, which comes up through these 5 steps, by the way. You need to see them for what they are, not the truth. And this is one of the challenges, because when you have a belief or an emotion about anything, but let's just say money for now, because we're talking about money, it can feel real. Like that I'm not good enough feels like it's the truth. It really does. Or, I have to work hard for money. It's like, well, that's just how it works, right? We have to work hard for money. That's just how it works on this planet. Well, actually, it's not, but it's true because you make it true. But what we want to do is shift and clear those points of views, emotions, opinions, judgments, to set yourself free from them so you can welcome in a different reality. Now, this is, an interesting journey. You need to make the choice to let them go. You need to make the choice to let them go and stop buying into it as real, because it's a bunch of bullshit. It's not true. And it's so clear to me, and probably to everyone else, that when someone says, I'm not worth it, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not deserving, it's like, what? That's complete insanity. And yet that's what we feel going on inside as our truth. So you need to make the choice to shift it and change it now. So blast them away. Now, there's a really simple thing you can say every day. The most important part of this is not the words, it's your intention. It's your intention to let them go. So you say, and you might want to write this down, all limiting emotions, thoughts, beliefs, and programming that I have about money that stop me, block me from receiving money, I let them go now. All limiting emotions, thoughts, beliefs, and programming that I have about money that stop me, block me from receiving money, I let them go now. And you put a staff in the ground when you do that. You get really demanding, And you need to do this every day. And maybe many times throughout the day, when you notice the thoughts and beliefs that come up. Because they're sneaky, these thoughts and beliefs, because again, they feel so real. Just kind of a little check-in in the chat box. Fear of change is another one someone said. Megabucks is what other people earn, not me, and it's not possible from personal development work, which isn't proper work. Yes, it's not proper work. So it's actually that simple. Now, the challenge is being willing to let them go, because we're attached to these ways of being. This is very much, how you've lived for a long time. It's often how your family has lived. So to start changing your reality around money, or changing your beliefs around money, means changing and shifting your whole relationship with your family and your ancestry. So it's deep. So there is a letting go process, and that's the journey, and why manifesting can take longer than it needs to. But this is the journey that we're on. We're on the manifesting journey. So step 3 is to receive. This is a good bit. This is where we get to receive. And it feels like that lady on the beach in the sun. So this is sometimes easier said than done, but this is really, really how manifesting works. It's opening up to receive. The universe wants to gift you. Everything that you're asking for energetically is there, and you need to simply just let it in. Now, this can sometimes be easier said than done. And this is what, through this practice of receiving, is often when the blocks and barriers can come up. And this is when you're going to need to keep running the releasing thing. Because it's sort of not always done in this sequence, that you might practice receiving and then the thoughts and beliefs and emotions come up, and then you need to clear them and let them go. So what you want to do is ask for what you want each day. And you don't have to limit this to money, but we're talking about money today. So I want you to take that, either your wow goal, like your, oh my God, I can't believe I'm making this each year goal, or that first step, like what would be really awesome? What would just make you feel just really nice and relaxed and comfortable financially? And either are fine to play with. It depends what you want to play with today. And this is what you're asking for. Okay. And literally, this is what you need to do each and every day. It's super simple. You ask. And it's not so much the wording, it's the intention behind the words. So you need to really feel it, get involved. What would it take to bring in X, that would be amount, fill in the gaps, amount of money each month or year with ease and joy? So you can either put how much you want to make each month or how much you want to make each year. What would it take to bring in your beautiful amount of money each month or year with ease and joy? You hear it? Ease and joy, not hard work and, running yourself into the ground. Breathe it in. Now I want you to imagine, there's a few visualizations you can do that are really simple and really powerful that help you practice to receive. So you can imagine light, the light of the universe, coming into every single cell in your body and breathing that in. The breathing in light filling in every single cell. And then with the exhale, you can let go and release of anything that's getting in the way of that. Breathing in light to every single cell and letting go of anything in the way of that. One that came through to me quite spontaneously was money or gold pouring through the crown chakra and then flowing through the body and out through the hands and feet. This was quite intense when it first started happening. I was like, whoa, bringing through money. And what was so cool about that one was I realized that money, it wants to flow through me. And it wants to flow through you. It's for you, and it's for everyone and for all life around you. So it's like this energy, it's like if any of you are healers or do any kind of body work, this energy comes through you and it moves out to be shared beyond you, but you get to receive it at the same time. So as you receive, so you give, which is pretty cool. So yeah, you can imagine money pouring in through your crown, filling your body and pouring out all the excess, pouring out through your hands and feet, gifting the earth and all life around you. It's just energy, remember. The other really great practice is to keep saying yes to money. I welcome you, money, into my life. Because there's been so much energy pushing money away. So much energy pushing money away that you need to practice saying yes to it, opening up to receive it. And a really fun practice that you can do, another one, is to become that amount of money, that you step into it. So you imagine yourself with that amount of money. And when you do that, it becomes like a physical experience. Everything has an energetic vibration or an energetic equivalent. So that amount of money that you're asking for has a particular vibration. And I want you to become that vibration. So you become that amount of money. And what happens with that is you're practicing. You're practicing allowing that into your life. You're actually practicing allowing yourself to become that energy. That's all it is an energy. And you can play with it because each amount of money has a different vibration. So let's say there's 10 grand, 20 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand, a million, a billion. They've all got a different vibrational frequency. So you become the vibration of that amount of money. Now you want to do these practices daily. You don't have to do all of them, but you just want to spend a moment each day to ask for what you want. You're saying to the universe, you're saying to yourself, this is what I want, and you welcome it in. You breathe it in. It really is that simple. It really is that simple. So I'd like you to introduce you to the most beautiful woman, Lisa Black. She is a heart healer and mentor, an amazing, amazing woman. She's a mother of 2 and she lives in New Zealand. And we've been working together. And she has just a really beautiful story, a beautiful manifestation story that I'd really like to share with you because I think it really helps to hear life examples. So I'm going to read out her story with you, and she's really talking about, well, there's a whole bunch of things, but choosing what is valuable for you, because this is about how this money can impact your life and the kind of life that you want to lead. So Lisa's saying here, my journey to allowing myself to receive abundance came as I truly comprehended what was of true value in life. I received the regular scarcity training that we all experience to some degree. You can't have the lovely things you want, and you're not allowed to go because it costs too much. I saw lack of money as an inhibitor of my freedom, and I chose to disregard money in an act of rebellion. Fast forward 10 years, and I had firstly fallen in love with myself. Remember that? She'd fallen in love with herself and had now attracted love. My true love had found me and was adoring, devoted, and honorable. We did what we needed to do to find our way forward. We held little regard for money and used it frivolously or with little joy. Along came our first child and an awareness of all the debt that we had accumulated. In our rebellious disregard for money, we cut our living expenses and chained ourselves to high repayments. Those early child-rearing years were hard, yet I took pride in, I can do it without you, money, self-reliant attitude. But it was a lot of work. I built a business around service and began learning about making money so long as I didn't make too much. 3 years later, I had mastered my art of giving. My business was full with a steady stream of clients, but my giving was grossly outmatched. Along came my second child. This time I gave birth to a little girl, and all of my money pain came rushing to the surface. My grudge against money suddenly shifted as I realized my position would incriminate my daughter to the life I had created. I began shifting my relationship with money, learning how to hold it, honor it, appreciate it, talking to it lovingly, and treating it in a way that would reflect my newfound devotion and hope for my daughter's future. Love and commitment sure have a way of nourishing all things, and within a year my business had experienced a new all-time level of abundance and high-quality service that I was booked out to high-paying, deeply appreciative clients. I witnessed how those who invested more in working within gave more to themselves and the outcomes they wanted to create. I realized that I was still giving more than I was allowing myself to receive, and the energetic imbalance took a massive toll. I was tired, I was forever working, and began neglecting myself and my family. My husband and I had finally reached a place where our income was over and above our living costs. It was the first time in our 8-year marriage, and we sat back and daydreamed about how we could spend our newfound wealth. So that overseas cruise, the new tech gadgets, upgrade to our lifestyle all held appeal until we realized that my income was sufficient to allow my husband to decrease his work hours from 40 to 32 hours a week. Yes, that was the most valuable thing our new money could buy, and we rearranged my husband's employment to give us more time together. It wasn't long before his 4-day week became a 3-day week, and as we lay looking at the clouds, feeling the richness of the love that was always ours, we knew we needed more. So we set an intention for him to resign in 6 months and rearrange my business and our lifestyle so that we could invest in being together. 4 weeks later, my husband was made redundant. Be careful what you wish for. And while we were tempted for 5 minutes to bemoan our new circumstances, instead we cheered and 2 arms flew into the air as we did a massive high five for our speedy manifesting powers. We intuitively found a new accommodating home, relocated our small family to the country, and started living the true abundant lifestyle and experience of richness we didn't know money could buy. Fast forward 9 months and our family has adjusted and settled into the most connected, expansive, and joyful times of our lives. I was prompted to raise my rates again, and once again attracted a flurry of willing, appreciative clients. I hold money as sacred. It's a means by which I understand the true value of everything in life, and by holding it in love and honor, I open myself to utilizing it to create true joy and freedom. I think that's quite a beautiful story. Thank you, beautiful Lisa. So, step 4 is rhythm. This is all about connecting to your body, getting grounded, getting present here, and taking guided action. And a little, well, I think it's kind of a funny story about this. So my story, manifesting with no action. So I didn't use this step for quite a while, and I've been playing with manifestation for 12 years, and I would sit and do the first 3 steps. And to be honest, I did manifest stuff into my life. You know, some things did come, but there were certain areas that didn't change, like my financial reality. And I was getting really frustrated. And I thought, I know this stuff works. I know this manifestation stuff works. Why on earth isn't this changing? And so I was really stuck for a while. And the piece that was missing was that I wasn't taking action. I was sitting back in meditation, all blissed out, like, feeling the energy. Yeah, it's all flowing in, but wasn't taking action. So this is really the important next step. You need to get into your body, get grounded. And this is one thing, that's, I definitely struggled with being grounded and being in my body in my life. So this is something I have to keep practicing coming in. This is about you really bringing your essence, your truth, your light, your gifts, your purpose into your physical body, because we want to bring it into this physical reality. It's no good if it's hovering above you somewhere. It feels good. You can get all blissed out up there. But really, we're here in this body, in this physical reality on this planet to create here and to experience life here on this planet. And so if you're not really here, if you're not fully embodied, it's very, very difficult to make stuff happen. So we manifest most powerfully through the vehicle of our body. So you need to get in your body, get grounded, and we can do that by moving your body. So it could be dance. Dance is an awesome way, and it's a very feminine way to move the body. You can do yoga, you can go walking, you can swim, you can do all sorts of things. I personally I love to exercise, to really get into my body. I exercise now in a way where I'm really listening to my body rather than my old way. So body, how do you want to move today? It often just wants to move around all sorts of crazy ways, like dancing around. Listen to your body. It will guide you through this. And then the next piece really is listening to your intuition, because your intuition will guide you to help you get what you want. So you need your job, really, because all of this manifestation stuff is very passive, where literally you're making money doing nothing, which is awesome. And your job in there, besides opening up to receive and clearing, releasing, is to take guided action. You're the one in the physical body, you're the one in this physical reality, and the universe, your higher self, all these beautiful energies will come in and gift you, but you need to birth it into reality. That's your job. Now, one of the big reasons why I didn't take action was because what I was being guided towards was terrifying to me. It was stepping out of my comfort zone. It was stepping out of what I knew. And although I was sort of stuck and frustrated in my home life in some ways, I also loved it. I loved being at home. I loved it wasn't very demanding. It was obviously raising children is very demanding, but it wasn't stretching me. It was my comfort zone. It was my comfort zone. And what I was being guided to do to actually change my financial reality was out of my comfort zone. So this step, I'm just going to say it quickly, but it's actually really profound, is you need to allow yourself to be uncomfortable, because what you want is on the other side of your comfort zone. So you need to stretch that comfort zone. And because it's uncomfortable and scary, sometimes, to take these guided actions to create a new reality for you. It's really, really important that you get support, that you were not meant to do this by yourself. You were not meant to do this alone. So you need to get support in whatever way that comes to you, and accountability. There's a bit of hand holding and someone to show up to. And this is really, really important. This will help you to get these results in your life. The other thing to bear in mind is that things rarely show up as you imagine they will. So you're asking for X amount of money, whatever that amount of money is, and the universe will give you the answer. It will bring the answer to you, but it may be something you don't even know exists. It may be a whole new way of being or working that you didn't even know was possible. So it isn't, you have to move beyond your mind. You have to move beyond the limitation of what your mind knows to be possible, because usually it's beyond that. And that's what's actually incredibly exciting about manifesting, because it feels quite magical, because it's all these new possibilities and new things start showing up in your life. And it's like, oh my God, really? Ah! And so it's like kind of exciting and scary all at once. And I've had this experience of sometimes things feeling like they're falling apart before they're falling together. They're not really falling apart. It's just things are changing. When you start asking for what you want, you need to step out of what you're doing. It's like if you want to keep things the way they are, just keep doing what you're doing now. In order to change your life, you need to make different choices and take different actions. So sometimes I can feel like, oh my God, like I've had these feelings where, oh my gosh, what's going on? It's all changing. And so it has this feeling of it falling apart. But actually, what my guidance says to me is things are falling apart so they can fall together. So the old needs to drop away to welcome in the new. So make sure you get that support to help you with this. I'd love to introduce you to my beautiful friend, Karina Ledet. She's a channel, intuitive, and healer living in France. And we've done some lovely work together. And she says, after our first session, we created a beautiful plan to bring me financial freedom, and it felt completely doable and fun. Laura helped me to release so many old and deeply rooted patterns that have held me back when it comes to allowing myself to receive more money. Her clear, powerful, and gentle energy enabled me to feel safe enough to release some of the very painful patterns with my family and open up to my true path and purpose. And Karina's been doing beautiful work with that. And I'd like to share Karina's story, because Karina's got a really awesome manifesting story here. And it's a really great example of how manifestation can work. And this isn't so much a money thing, but it's just a beautiful manifestation story. So Karina's story. My most powerful experience manifesting is when I received the intuitive guidance to go to Australia at the beginning of 2013. At first, I was convinced that it was impossible to make this trip, and as I had no idea how to do this and bring my husband and young children with me. My husband wasn't very keen to go, and we definitely didn't have neither the money or the time to go. As I felt the call become stronger and stronger, I started to connect with the energy of the land there and reach out to people who could help me. The moment I said yes, everything started to fall into place to make that happen. A dear friend connected me with an incredibly generous Australian family that I'd never met before, and they offered us to stay at their house in Sydney, at their cottage by the coast, and borrow one of their cars for as long as we wanted. I was also guided to create 2 channeling retreats in Australia, and the perfect spaces and groups manifested with so much ease. It only took 6 months from the idea to physical reality, and it was truly one of the most powerful and magical experiences of my life. It changed how I and my family see our reality, and I still use this journey to fuel any projects that call me, no matter how crazy and impossible they seem. And I think this story is so powerful for 2 reasons. One, it's that thing where she said it felt impossible, but she still had this dream, and she was still getting this message to move forward with it, and she went for it. And the most important point was the moment she said yes, everything started to fall into place to make it happen. And this is one of the key points to manifesting, is that you need to full-heartedly dive into your dream and say yes to it, and say, I'm going to do this no matter what it takes, even though it might seem crazy or impossible, or I have no idea how to make that happen. This is the most important bit. If you're just sitting on the fence, if you're like, you can't sit back passively and go, okay, universe, show me. I mean, you could try that. It might work a little bit, but really, in order for you to truly manifest with ease and for things to flow in as it did for Karina, you need to really commit. You need to say yes. Like you say, I'm all in. I'm all in, no matter what. And that, it does take trust. It really does. So step 5 is repeat. Repeat everything we've just done. So repeat the 5 steps to abundance activation, which are relax, stop and go within, release, let go of the limiting thoughts and beliefs, emotions that block money from coming into your life, receive, open up to receive, hold the intention of what you're asking for, and keep releasing, because it will keep, that stuff will keep coming up to be released as you open up to receive. And rhythm, you want to get into your body, get super grounded, and take guided action from your intuition. Your intuition knows exactly how to make this happen. The universe can see, and your higher self knows. So you need to allow yourself to be guided by that and step into the unknown and trust like you've never trusted before. Get all the support that you need. And then you repeat. So you do this every day for the greatest results. If you can't do it every single day, like at least 4 or 5 times a week, you want to keep feeding it, keep feeding it, keep feeding it, keep feeding it. And eventually, you're going to find it fun. It's one of my favorite point of the day when I sit and meditate and I get out my intentions, and it's because it becomes so magical. It's so much fun. When things start showing up, it really feels like magic. It really does. And it's so exciting to feel like, you can create your life. You have the power to change your reality. You do. And you just need to get in the driver's seat of your life and take charge. Get driving that car. So this is the beautiful Juliette Bryant, who's an amazing nutrition coach. She's a mother of 2, lives in the UK. She runs her own business and supports her own family, like Karina and Lisa do, by the way, with their businesses, which is really awesome. And Juliette's saying, Laura really believes there is great potential in everyone. And if you want to find someone to help you realize it, this is your woman. And it's true. That's one of the things that I'm able to see is the truth of who you are, your full potential. And it is so beautiful and so exciting, and you're completely unique. There's no one like you in the entire universe. And for me, this is all about unlocking that, releasing it, setting it free, because I know what a gift you are. And I know that what you have brought here is so valuable and so important. And really, my intention is to help you set that free. And through the vehicle of money and welcoming more money into your life, you can access that more deeply. It's not the only way, but it's a very powerful way. So I'd like you to imagine for a second. We're going to start this visualizing, holding the vision. I'd like you to imagine for a second, if you could wake up in the morning without any worries or concerns about money, knowing that what you need is there. What impact would that have on your life? I'd like you to imagine for a second how happy you would feel being financially free, and whatever financially free means for you. I'd like you to imagine for a second having all the money you need to enjoy the things that you love in life, with a great balance between your work, your purpose, and all the other areas of your life. Now that's friends, family, you time for your practice, whatever that is. Having fun. And why is this so important? Well, for me, this is essential. This is your true nature. This is who you are. This is connecting to who you truly are. This is what you are here to do, what you're here to be and experience. This is about experiencing life to the fullest and everything that life has to offer us. And it gives you energy, a sense of fulfillment and purpose. And it allows you to experience greater joy, greater peace, and greater freedom. It's like you to feel that in your body for a minute. Let's get a little quick check in here. Alrighty. Okay. So this is possible. It really is. I know it feels like it's a dream world in a way it is. You're sort of dreaming your dreams into reality. Manifestation is about starting with your vision, with your dream, and then birthing that into reality. It's more than possible. And how, I hear you ask? Well, the universe and I have co-created something for you that I'd love to share with you today. So this is the next step if you want to take this further. So I'd like to invite you, if it feels right for you, if you're feeling called to take the next step, to join the Abundance Activation course. And this is how you're going to learn how to manifest more money into your life in a way that is in alignment with your authentic self, welcoming money into your life in the feminine way, the way of receiving, of making money with ease and joy. This course is ideal for you if you have big dreams, but you are stuck when it comes to money. You have a deep desire to help others, the planet, and make a difference upon this earth. You are a heart-centered therapist, coach, healer, self-employed business owner, entrepreneur. You are working hard for money and want to find greater balance with your work and life. Or you are currently employed, but you wish to transition into running a heart-centered business. So this is sort of who this course is made for ideally, but if you don't fit into any of these and you still feel drawn to join, you're very welcome. So what we're going to be doing is this is going to be a 12-week online course where you'll be learning how to manifest money in alignment with your authentic self, identify your money blocks, how to clear them and stop pushing money away, money mindset, the frame of mind you need to manifest money, and how to use your intuition to manifest money more, how to set your pricing in a way that honors you and your work, and how to develop greater self-worth through money manifestation. And that's something that happens as a process. You know, your self-worth grows and expands through welcoming more money into your life. So tell me more about how it works. So this is a 12-week online course, which means that you're doing this from the comfort of your own home in your own time. I've made this course 12 weeks, or the universe has guided me to make it 12 weeks, so that you have a nice chunk of time to really work through everything that comes up around money and manifestation for you. There's going to be weekly live calls with me that are also recorded if you can't make it live. And this is where you get live coaching and mentoring with me, where I can answer any questions that you have. But if you can't make it live, it's absolutely fine because the calls are recorded. And that means that you can send in your questions ahead of time. There is private mentoring and support via a Facebook group. So you can reach me Monday to Friday in that group with any questions, concerns, anything that's coming up for you. So you're really supported. And what's super awesome is that you get accountability and support from the group itself, that there is something beautiful that happens within the energy of the group. And we grow and expand together. I was calling it a manifestation wave, where all of us together, we rise up together. For me, the vision I get is this isn't about you doing this alone. This isn't about, you know, getting to the end line first. This is about winning the race. This is about all of us rising up together. And my vision, my intention is that we're all holding hands, like climbing that manifestation mountain together. And together we're so much more powerful. So I love that about the energy of a group dynamic. And, you know, most importantly, you're given money manifestation tools for life. And from my point of view, this is really priceless. And you can use these tools for every area in your life, not just money, for the rest of your life. And you know, I really hope that for you, that you're going to keep using this stuff over and over and over again. You know, this manifesting is a journey. It really is a journey. So we hopefully will create some really awesome magic in the 12 weeks. My intention is that you've got these tools for life. So some things are going to take longer to show up. But we want to give you a really good, solid starting foundation so that you know how to take those tools out into your life and keep moving forward. So I have a little bonus offer for you this evening. If you feel drawn to join this course, for those of you who joined tonight, you are very welcome to come and have a free one-to-one session with me. So this, just to be clear, this is for the people who sign up tonight. you will be eligible for a free session with me. And this is abundance coaching, where we're doing deep healing work on your money blocks and helping you to receive more money. And this is a value of £350 now to work with me one-to-one. And so you get that by signing up live on the call or just at the end of the call tonight. And this is a lovely Ruby Toad. She's a healer, mentor, wise woman from Canada, and her business is Soulful Energies. And she's sharing that with Laura, you will feel supported, safe, and fully present as you release anything holding you back from your greatest potential. With Laura's work, your highest self is able to step forth, showing you what you're truly capable of. My sessions with Laura were a deeply moving experience filled with love, compassion, and divine connection. And this really is how I work. This is about you stepping into your greatest potential, and everything you need is within you now. This isn't about fixing anything. This is just about setting you free and releasing anything that's in the way of that. Everything that you need is there right now. We just want to set that free. So I have a special early bird price that the universe guided me to offer you a discount on the course by booking by Wednesday midnight, this Wednesday, April 13th. And you get to save £200 by registering on midnight, Wednesday, April the 13th. So that's UK time, British summertime. So you might need to check where that is, where you are. And I just want to recap on the Abundance Activation Course offer. So we have 12 weekly calls every Wednesday. I'm calling them Wealthy Wednesdays, live money mentoring. You have transformational money manifestation tools for life. So these are intended for you to use for the rest of your life, not just for the 12 weeks. You have private support, a private support and accountability group. I'm going to call the Abundance Activation Academy. And you get, by registering tonight, you get a free one-to-one with me. And by registering by the end of Wednesday, you get the early bird discount. So here's a little recap on the pricing. So just so you know, we haven't really talked about pricing in this call, but just to give you a little taste of how I do pricing is I always tune in with all my pricing now and ask what to charge. And it's been a really fascinating journey. And the universe told me how much it wants to charge for this course. And the energy that came through was very much like it wanted it to be valued with the price, but it also didn't want to be too extortionate that it was impossible. It really wanted this course, it wanted to make this course accessible to people and possible and doable, but also while valuing it with its pricing. So just so you know, that's what came through. So the value of the Abundance Activation course is £897. This is pounds. So if you're in a different country, that just needs to be converted. The bonus session that you get for joining tonight is worth £350. And the early bird discount is £200. The total value is £1,247. But today, with a special offer, if you register by Wednesday at midnight, April 13th, you'll get this course for $697. And that's the gift from the universe. They're winking at me right now. So there's some options for you to pay this. There are 3 monthly installments, which you can do. So 3 installments of $237. So what you can do is pay the $237 today to get the one-to-one session with me, or by Wednesday for your first installment. And then the next one will be in May. And then this third one will be in June. Or you can just pay in full today at $697. So both are possible for you. And just so you're aware, from Thursday, April the 14th, the full price will be $897 or 3 installments of $297. And I want to give you a guarantee on this because I know this stuff works. It really works if you work it. It works if you work it, as in you need to put the work in, you need to put the time in and really commit to it to make it happen. So I've got a 100% money back guarantee after 12 months of applying these techniques. And I want you to, because I want you to commit to it. I want you to really dive in because I know you'll get the results, but I'm making it 12 months because sometimes things take time. So this isn't about necessarily manifesting a million or a billion in 12 months, but we want to see some results of things moving forward and expanding for you financially. So it may not be your big wow goal in 12 months, but we want to see there's steps moving forward towards your goal. So that's what we want to see in 12 months, and welcoming in more money into your life. But the big wow goals can take time, so we do need patience as well. So do you need some reassurance? Will this program work for me? So this program will work for you if you work the program, as in if you show up to the calls or listen to the recordings, if you do the home play, if you connect into the group. Online courses are interesting. They work really well. I've participated in lots of them, but you do need to be motivated. You need to be self-motivated, and you only get as much from them as you put into them. So I just want to be really clear about that in the beginning, that you need to, invest your time and commit to it. And it's the same with manifesting. You need to say yes to it. You need to give it your love, your time, your attention in order to receive back. And this really is the same with money as well, with anything in life, that if we want something to grow, if we want something to evolve, change, develop, we need to give it our time and attention, our love, in order for it to grow. So that's with absolutely anything. So it will work for you if you give it your all. It really will. Will I be able to manifest more money into my life? You absolutely will, if you do the work. So we need to keep working on the stuff that comes up, the limiting thoughts and beliefs, and keep clearing them, for example. So you need to be willing to dive into those uncomfortable bits and be willing to feel maybe some uncomfortable feelings and take some guided action that might feel uncomfortable as well. So this is, again, getting to the driver's seat of your life and saying yes, and you absolutely can. And what if I can't afford it? Well, I hope that the 3 monthly installment plan will be the solution for you with that. And if not, then put these tools to the test. We're going to start this course on May the 4th. So you're welcome to sign up anytime before then. It would obviously just be the $897 price. And you can start holding your intention. I want to be on that course. What would it take? Show me what to do. And if you get really, really clear, magic can happen. So play with the tools. So this is the Abundance Activation course. Create a magical life. Love yourself, value yourself, empower yourself. And that's ultimately, for me, what the heart of all of this is about you loving yourself, valuing yourself, empowering yourself, and living a wonderful life. And it's through the vehicle of money, rather than it being about money per se. This is about something so much more important, which is you and your purpose here, and enjoying life more. It's supposed to be fun. The energy of money is joy. When I tune into money, it's like it just wants to play, it wants to expand, it wants to grow. And and we can be like that as well. We can be playful and joyful and grow and expand if we choose to. So if you know that it's the time for you and you want to join, it'd be wonderful to have you. So you just visit this link here, the laurawaldman.lead pages link. I'll post it into the Q&A as well in a moment. And you can sign up there. You can either choose to do the first installment of $237, or you can do the full pay at $697. And then if you sign up tonight, then you can receive your free abundance activation session with me, and the one-to-one session, which we would then schedule later. And all you need to do is email a copy of your receipt to me at mail@laurawaldman.com. So you just need to email a copy of your receipt to get your free session with me. And then I can just see that that's been done. Lovely. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've gotten a lot from this talk tonight. The tools that I've given you tonight, you can go out and start playing with. And I hope that you've had some more awareness as well that show up just by sitting and being here together, of areas that you need to kind of look at and start releasing. We've got the link here that you can see to sign up for the course now. I'm just going to quickly post that in the Q&A box. And if you have any questions, please type them in the Q&A box, and I'll do my best to answer them. So I'm just going to put the link to the course here, send to all. So you should get that up in your panel there. So I'm just going to see what we've got here question-wise. So one of the questions is, just to answer some of the things about the course. So it starts on May the 4th. The live calls are going to be every Wednesday and will go until mid-July. So every 12 weeks. If you're away, because someone's saying here that they're going to be away all of July, and it's absolutely fine because you can listen to the recording in your own time. You don't have to be there live. It's great if you can be, but it's not essential. So that's absolutely fine if you're I imagine some people are going to be on holiday at certain points. There's no problem at all. And you can just, follow up with the content. By July, I think most of the content will have been taught anyway, so it's just about applying it, really. Alrighty. Let's see if there's any other questions here. Yeah, and just to recap, the discount rate of $697 is available until midnight on April 13th. That's the UK time. And yeah, so if the online course is new for you, I know for some people it's kind of a new concept. I've experienced many and found them to be incredible. What's really great is that you can do them in your own time from the comfort of your own home, that you don't have the travel time. It can still be really powerful. Like the support you can get in the group is really awesome. And it's, kind of amazed me how well it works. But again, all you need to do is make sure that you're bringing your presence, your time and focus and attention into that group in order to receive from it. Let's see what else we have here. When will the course start? That's May the 4th, Wednesday, May the 4th. That will be the first live call. Is this course just for women? Oh, Richard, yay, this man. So this course isn't just for women, but most of my tribe tends to be women. We're looking at doing life in the feminine way. This is the way of what I call the divine feminine energy. And it's not just for women. We're balancing these energies on this planet, in my opinion. Men need to do it. Women need to do it. We need to balance the energies between the masculine and the feminine. So you'd be very, very welcome as long as you feel drawn and guided to it. That's no problem at all. It'd be lovely to have a man there. Oh, thank you. That's nice, Adele. Adele is just saying, thanks for a great webinar. You have a lovely and wonderful way of presenting concepts and making it a joyful experience. Oh, that's really great to hear, because that is that's the core of it all for me. It is about joy and remembering that joy is a choice that we can choose at, and it's possible. Just sometimes forget. So I think that is all the questions. All right, let's just see. Okay, lovely. So beautiful beings, thank you so much for being here. If you have any other questions, I don't see any other questions for now. Oh, actually there is one question coming in. So this question relates to my current vocation. I've just started a new job. Oopsie, sorry, I just lost that question. Just started a new job, and it's work that's starting to head in the right direction for me. I'm learning new things and really starting to stretch myself and my abilities. It's for a company who clean up water. They have new technology that helps people in the environment, but it is a commercial setting. Now I'd love to do this course, but I'm not in a healing role. Well, my goodness, to me I just got goosebumps about the cleaning up the water. I mean, if that's not a healing role, then I don't know what is. So for me, what I call, light workers or light leaders, we have these beings in all areas of life. We have them in the environment, in politics, in education. There's the more obvious ones like, therapeutic roles. But this is really about you having a calling to make a difference and help the planet. This isn't about you needing to be a therapist. It happens to be that a lot of these light workers are drawn to therapeutic roles, but oh my goodness, it's so important, this environmental stuff. So absolutely, you'd be very, very welcome. This is about us making a difference. And we all, like, one of the things that I get shown is sometimes, when things on this planet, if I've ever gone overwhelmed, thought, what is going on this planet? I get shown this amazing image, which is all of these little specks of light all around the planet. And these specks of light, each speck of light is a different light worker, a different light leader, one of you, or one of those specks of light. And then all the specks of light are connected by this amazing grid that wraps around the planet. And I get told that there's different light workers in all areas, all different parts of life, and going into different countries and, like I said, politics or the environment or schools or, everywhere. And everyone has their own unique gift, their own unique role. And we don't need to worry about the whole big picture. All you need to do is focus on your bit and what you're here to do. And because I used to feel like I was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders, thinking, oh my God, how are we going to shift this? And this message came in that all you need to do is focus on your bit. So if your bit, for example, I know it might not be just limited to this, is focusing on cleaning up water right now, oh my God, that is one of the most fundamental important things. So awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I hope that answers your question. We have awesome talk, Laura. Just a question about raising children with the respect of money, valuing themselves, but balancing this with their I wants. Yeah, that's a really, really good question. That's a really, really good question. So it depends how old they are. It's one that I think the great thing about kids and raising children, so I've got two, I've got an 8-year-old and an almost 11-year-old, is that your patterns really show up when you're parenting. And it's hilarious. Even me, I hear myself saying stuff that actually isn't in alignment with what I know is true, but it's old programming, like passed down from my parents and whatnot. So I'm trying to teach my girls about manifesting, and they get really annoyed. They're like, "Oh, Mom." But I say, if it's something you want, hold it in your heart and don't give up on your dreams, and you can make that happen. I think the kids think that the only way to do that is through the parents, so they're kind of pulling at the parents. But you can teach them how to. You can create, put their dreams on a little piece of paper, create a little vision board with them, and teach them how to create their own reality. Because the thing is, they do create their own reality. They're masters at getting what they want through the parents. But you can maybe pass it down to them. It depends how old they are. So that's a little challenge, but you can play with the magical possibilities with them. So, but yeah, they're a massively beautiful reflection of you, I find, these children. All right. I have a belief that if I succeed in life, make lots of money, and are happy, one of my parents will die. This is holding me back. Any advice how to get around this? Oh, wow. P.S. I'm a masculine man. That's awesome. I'm so glad. So glad you're a masculine man. So we really need masculine men, we do. We need finding a beautiful balance between both energies. So this is such a deep one, and I've explored this a lot myself personally and with other people. And this is one of the challenges, right? Because in order to, there's a letting go that needs to happen here, that somehow when we are looking at shifting our money patterns, we're actually looking at moving beyond the family, moving beyond the programming of the family and the way that the family does life. And what that can sometimes feel like is the ending of relationships, of loss, of death. But I would imagine it's not really a physical death. It's more a metaphorical death in terms of what it means in terms of the ending of that relationship. And I've had to go through this so many times, so many letting goes in order to welcome in the new. And so it's a super deep one, and that's a beautiful one to start releasing and letting go of. So everywhere I've decided that to be happy, to be happy and successful, one of my parents will die, would you be willing to let that go now? Because it's not true. I mean, it could happen, of course, but it's not really true. It's more the fear or the thought, belief, emotion. So it's one to look at, to acknowledge, and to send love to, and to just be willing to, gently, kindly keep releasing and move beyond. And sometimes sometimes I get a little bit hardcore with this stuff, and there is a practice of letting go. And sometimes would you be willing to let that happen in order for your happiness in order to be happy. Because the thing is, it's not really that they're actually going to die, but it's the letting go of the old way that you've done your relationships with your parents. And that can feel like death, although it's not actual death. I hope that answers your question. It's a super deep one, but one to keep working with. Okay. So, do the steps to release work if you're not aware of your limiting beliefs around money? Well, very good question, because actually these steps, what they do is they can expose your beliefs around money and your emotions. So, for example, I didn't know that I had this low self-worth, thinking I was a bad person thing running. It was through the manifesting process that it started to pop up. So what can happen, or what does happen, is that when you're practicing these manifestation tools, this abundance activation tools, the emotions start to rise up, and you may have thoughts pop into your head or emotions come up that you think, oh my God, where's this come from? And then when it shows itself, you can start to release it. Or, you can also just release stuff without having to feel it as well. That is possible too. So as you do these 5 steps, it will show itself, and it'll be like a sifting through. So I'm still working through stuff. There's still stuff that comes up. Like every time you expand or stretch your comfort zone, new things will start showing up. And it's fascinating. It's what makes this journey so interesting. Otherwise, it would be super boring. There's always new and fresh stuff to explore. And it is a journey. This isn't about getting to some endpoint. It is a journey, and one that we need to enjoy. Try to enjoy the process as much as possible. I hope that answers your question. And you're very welcome, Kev. So let's see how we're doing for time. So I'd like to there's a few other questions that had come in that I'm going to take a little bit of time to answer, just to see some other good ones here. So how do I see money as good is one of the questions, which is a great question. Money isn't good or bad. It's just energy. So is energy good or bad? No, it just is. So it's just a point of view that you need to clear, that maybe money is bad. And that's a belief system, emotion, thought, belief that you just need to be willing to begin to release and let go of, and change your relationship with money. So this is really about healing your relationship with money, and healing how you see it. So it's literally just your perception, and it's not probably yours. It's been thankfully handed down. So all you need to do is be willing to change it and start to experience money in a new way. How can I feel I deserve abundance without stealing? So that's a super interesting question. Deserving abundance, it's like, do you deserve to breathe? Do you deserve to have water? No, we just breathe. It's just there. It's like our fundamental experience. You could say it's your right, but it's just what the things we experience. We have air. And it's the same with abundance. You don't have to do anything to deserve money. And this is one of these incredible limiting beliefs that come up. And it's all about self-worth, and that we have to somehow do something or be something. We have to be good enough or smart enough or pretty enough or talented enough or enough to let the money in. But that's just, that's taking you down a really never-ending tunnel, really. So it's just about letting the abundance that is your natural, it's your birthright, it's who you are in, and clearing those limiting thoughts and beliefs, releasing them. So someone's saying, how do I be consistent with my abundant thoughts? And that's a great question. And it's a practice. It is a practice. So it's really about catching those thoughts, those negative thoughts and beliefs and emotions, and then letting them go and releasing them when you notice them. So it is a discipline, and it's a practice. And often the mind is running really unconsciously. So every time you consciously notice, you want to bring your consciousness and awareness and focus to money, your relationship with money, so you can see it for what it is, so that you can shift and change it. So that is a practice and a bit of a discipline. How do I shift? Money is hard to gain. Well, again, it's a thought, it's a belief, it's a point of view. So you can say, everywhere I've got this old programming running that money is hard to gain, I release it, I let it go now. What would it take for money to show up with ease and joy? And right now you don't know because you're running off an old pattern of money is hard to gain. So you're welcoming the possibility of, what would it take for money to come to me with ease and joy? I don't know right now. My brain doesn't know. So show me, and then you'll be guided over time. We need to be patient with this stuff too, because sometimes it's navigating through a lot of like old junk in order to move forward. So it takes time. It takes, persistence. Why you need to do it daily? Ideally daily. Oh, is having money greedy? Well, not at all. And this is this old programming about money and greed, and we've seen that modeled. And that's sort of like this sort of hoarding mentality, and that comes from the belief of lack, that if you have to hoard and keep tight for yourself because there isn't enough to go around. There's more than enough to go around. So it's just allowing yourself to welcome it in. It's allowing yourself to have it. And then you might even want to share it. So how do I stay in trust and belief and staying positive around abundance, money manifestation? Well, again, that is a practice. Is a practice of staying in trust and belief and staying positive. And that is a discipline. And so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get out of your own way as much as possible. So anytime you go into negativity around money, you want to keep loving it. I always say, give it a bit of love and then set it free. And that's the practice. Oh, this is a great question. When I have money, something always goes wrong and I end up losing it. How do I keep money? Well, this is something that a number of people have talked to me about, and also that I've done really dynamically, where I was really good at, or I've been good at manifesting money and bringing money in, but equally as good at getting rid of money. And so money would come in, and then I would just spend it. And eventually I realized that there was something in me that was not comfortable with having money or keeping money. So I was getting rid of money. And we can do this unconsciously. Especially if you might be a really great manifester, but if you have stuff around deserving, or maybe money's come to you too easily, then you'll kind of try to get rid of it or push it away. So there can be this push-pull thing with money where you might manifest it well, but then, oh my God, feel really uncomfortable about that and get rid of it. So I had to look at personally about allowing myself to have it. And I came up against the point of view that I thought money was for spending. I said, well, what's the point of money? What's the point of just having it? And there's been a journey of self-worth there, self-love. Money wants to grow as well. It wants to expand. It wants to be loved and nourished and valued. And what happens is once you have enough for you, and you're full, your pot is full, there's this overspill that then wants to go out and just share itself with the universe. But you need to make sure your pot's full. And this is about you taking care of you putting the oxygen mask on first, like in the airplanes. So then you can go out and serve the world better. You can go out and do your service work more. You don't serve people well if you're super depleted. You don't serve the world well if you're struggling and you're in financial lack. You serve the world well when you are served and you are full and you are loving and valuing yourself. So yes, okay, I think we answered that question. Oh, this is a good question. When will the money come? Well, it's that how long is a piece of string question. So when will the money come? I don't know when the money will come. Some things will come quickly. Some things will take longer. But all I know is that it's worth it. It's worth waiting. There's some things that have taken me years to manifest. But I had the dream and I had the vision and just held on to that and kept doing the work. And some things happen much faster. And it's really interesting. The things that take longer, it just means that there's some stuff to look at there. There's some stuff to look at because actually, like with Karina's story, she manifested the Australia experience in 6 months. It's not very long, really. So you can, once you're in flow and you've released and gotten out of your own way, things can actually move quite quickly. If things are taking longer, it might mean there's more stuff to look at there. Or literally, sometimes things just take a while to show up in the physical reality. It just sometimes takes time. And that's difficult. I'm very impatient, so that one's tricky. How do I get past struggle and into flow? Well, this is a choice. And it's hard because struggle, I know, feels like very much your reality, but struggle is a choice. So we can choose to let that go. So everywhere you've decided life is struggle, money is struggle, would you be willing to let it go now? What would it take to experience life and money with flow and ease, or ease and joy? And you open up to the possibility. You start with the question. You're asking the universe to guide you, and then you will get the answers will come through your intuition. This is a good question. Someone in a relationship, how do I receive in abundance with someone who doesn't hold the same views? How do I not be affected by others' views? And so this is someone who's in a marriage or a partnership where they have, different views about this. And it's absolutely fine. You just hold your vision, hun, and you keep following your heart, and you don't need to worry. Just please don't take on your partner's points of views. It's the same with the family stuff or societal programming. You need to hold your vision. Knowing that this is true for you, or you're just playing. You don't need to worry about other people's points of views. You keep releasing them. You keep clearing them. Keep clearing them. Aww. The last question I got here is, what am I worth? Well, the thing is, I wish I could paint. I wish I could draw and show you what I see. But your being is magnificent. Your being is infinite. And you have so many abilities and talents and gifts. And the thing is often your talents and abilities and gifts are so just part of you. You don't even recognize them as something that's valuable or worthwhile, because it's just who you are. It's just what you do. Oh, I just do that. That's nothing. But because it's so second nature to you, you may not even notice. And also you may have hidden it away. And so you may not be able to connect to it now, but just know that it's there, that you have so much to offer. Your being it's not even measurable. And like, you could never put a price tag on your worth, your value. You can't, it's priceless. It really is. And that's something, that's a journey to really connect to that and feel that. So, beautiful beings, thank you for your time. I am going to, let's see if there's one more question. What about where the money is coming from, the source and the relationship with this? I'm a single mom, and as well as earning my own money, I receive from the government, and I feel some guilt about this and dislike of the source. What is this revealing? Well, I feel some shame there, actually. So this isn't, do you know what's really interesting about receiving? And actually, I'm actually really glad you've asked this question, is because this is about not judging where things come from. And opening up to receiving means opening up to receiving. And we have so many judgments, points of views, and opinions about what's okay to receive and what's not. And it's all a choice. It's really all a choice. But at the moment, I would say, you've got this amazing support. Aren't we lucky in this country to be able, that there's, benefits for people? And, I think that's a beautiful thing. And if it's not empowering, so the thing is, if it's not empowering for you, then it's something you might want to look at moving beyond. So if you're finding it a disempowering experience, and that needs looking at. But for now, I'd say, just have gratitude. Gratitude's so powerful, and give thanks and open up to receive it for now. And then if you want to move beyond it, then, use those manifesting tools. So that's just what showed up for me about your question, love. Okay. Okay. So thank you. I'm going to send out a recording to this call so you can listen to it again and have the information there. If you have any other questions about any of this or the Abundance Activation course, you're very welcome to message me, mail@larawaldman.com. And the booking link is here. If you feel drawn to join the course and you're getting the big yes, you'd be very, very welcome. Thank you. It's been an absolute joy and pleasure for me to share this information with you. And it's my intention that you go out and you experience a great life of joy and abundance and freedom and fun with money. So huge amount of love to you, and speak to you again very soon.